education never ends. Right? So it's not just a one and done kind of life event. It's a lifelong. You exercise your mind just like you do your body. To stay healthy, you gotta learn and continue to learn instead of just one class and done.
Right. So lifelong journey of education, right?
Lifelong learning, right?
Hey, welcome. This is I'm Chief Xander Gamble. We're here on Pass the Word. I've got as our guest today, we've got Sergeant Major Mike Hensley, the Command Senior Enlisted Leader of the United States Naval Community College. And we're going to talk about your story today. We're going to talk about how the education that you joined with, and then where you are with your own education today. All right. So with that, tell us, when you first joined the Marines, what was your education level?
So when I first joined the Marine Corps in 1994, I had a GED. So I had a general education diploma. And prior to that, I went to regular school up until third grade. Starting with fourth grade on, I was homeschooled. But when I came to the Marine Corps, I had a GED, and I still have my GED today.
And you proudly display your GED on your wall.
I do, very much so. It hangs up on my wall right behind my computer, and anybody that comes by my office can see it. And if they ask to see it, I will gladly show it to them.
But that's not the education level you have today, right? Because you've taken your GED, your general education degree, and you've built on that, right? So, talk to me. How many degrees have you earned as a Marine?
So currently, I have 3 degrees. So I have an associate's, a bachelor's, and a master's. Degrees, all completed online, 100% asynchronous. So I currently have 3 degrees at this time.
And what are those degrees in?
So my associate's is in general studies because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to go into. So I took a general studies associate's. Bachelor's and master's are both in organizational leadership.
Okay. And can you talk a little bit about what exactly is your organizational leadership degree?
So the 2 are Master's of Science, but in org leadership, it just focuses on a plethora of topics, everything from business to logistics to just human resources to even equal opportunity and other related topics. So kind of a broad view across all topics that would go into being in a leadership position in an organization.
Okay. But you haven't stopped, right? Because we talked about that lifelong journey of education. You haven't stopped, which means that you're still working past that master's degree. What degree are you working on right now?
So currently I'm enrolled in an educational doctorate, not a PhD, an educational doctorate. Actually, with a org leadership. So educational doctorate and org leadership with a trend towards learning with digital technology.
And what made you want to go for that? What made you want to go for the doctorate of education in organizational leadership?
So some of it was just a continuation of org leadership. But really, when I sat down with the school counselor, similar to our student success team, they asked me, why did I want to go back and pursue my doctorate? And I gave them the reasons why. And the examples of why, and then they came back and said, hey, we got a great program for you. And we think this falls directly in line with what you want to do and how you view education. And they said, we think you would be great for the educational doctorate in org leadership with a trend towards digital technology. Here's the description of it. I read it, and it was exactly what I was looking at, what I was looking for.
And it's kind of been parallel with your career, right? Because not only are you the CSEL here, the Command Senior Enlisted Leader here at U.S. Naval Community College, but before here, you were a CSEL for another college, right?
So yeah, prior to this job, I was the sergeant major for Education Command at Marine Corps University. So my boss, when I left, was General Field, and for that was General Bargeron. But they were ultimately responsible for every educational aspect in the Marine Corps, both officer and enlisted. But it was a great job. I love my time there, and I love my job here.
And would you say that it's been easy to get your degree on active duty?
No. It's not been easy. It is a journey that requires significant self-investment and time with an ultimate goal of continuing lifelong learning, but also achieving degrees and just bettering myself along the way.
Right. And before you were in the command, like sergeant major type career field, you were infantry.
Yes.
Which means it was even harder for you to earn your degree. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so very much so. So prior to like technology and other things coming into play, it was very hard for combat arms or infantry individuals, Marines, and there's pockets of sailors too that have issues because they don't have connectivity or they didn't have the availability to earn degrees. So it was very hard, the process of being in the infantry and going to the field for training or leaving for 2 weeks or leaving for 3 weeks or going on deployment kind of created a very hard atmosphere. I sometimes sail a glass ceiling that you really couldn't do a degree or seek higher education because it would significantly interfere with your work.
Right. But now, I mean, with the advent of online education and the Naval Community College and all these different opportunities, it's easier today than when you first started.
Much easier today. When you talk about online education in an asynchronous environment, you can do your education on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And even now, with the program I'm in for my educational doctorate, I have due dates, but there's no, like, I am not required to log on a specific night because the asynchronous environment allows me to kind of do it at my pace, based off of my schedule. I just have to have the self-discipline and time management to do it.
So how do you think that your education would differ if you were going back to being Lance Corporal Hensley again? How would your educational journey differ with our new Naval Community College program?
So with the Naval Community College programs, and actually I can talk about this one pretty good, because I also have a son who is enrolled in the Naval Community College and another son who, once he finishes his entry level pipeline, he will also start in the program with much encouragement from his father. But even my son, he's a corporal in the Marine Corps, he does training, he does his work, and he does all this other stuff to include things like rock climbing and all those kind of things. But he also finds time, because the time is available, when you can base your education off of your schedule instead of the schedule telling you what you have to do. It just provides a lot more opportunity, and it fits well and nestles well into the military lifestyle.
So, I mean, that's great. So we've got our command senior enlisted leader, Sergeant Major Mike Hensley here, started off as an infantry Marine with his GED and has taken time to get his associate in general studies, his bachelor's and master's in organizational leadership, and is currently working on his doctorate in education in organizational leadership. Experience as the Sergeant Major of MCU and now the Naval Community College, and he is out there all about that lifelong journey of education,
right? And
has strongly convinced his two sons that are both in the Marine Corps to also sign up for the U.S. Naval Community College to pursue education in addition to their duties. Thank you very much for coming on, and we look forward to having you on again.
Well, thank you, and I hope everybody has a great day.